A lot has happened since we last left you with a kitchen update. Basically, we were able to move the renovation forward, shelling out money from our piggy bank that the lenders will refund us for. So here's a bit more on where we're at with the kitchen. Probably tell my voice is incredibly coarse and I'm not feeling the best. Azalea's been coughing straight in my mouth, which has been obviously less than ideal, but it's mom life, what can I say? We have some exciting things happening tomorrow because the Countertop people are coming to make a template and I guess create the layout and the design with all the cutouts that they need to know about for the stone to be cut and processed in their warehouse before bringing it here into the kitchen. So I'm not really sure how that process goes, but our sink arrived and it's incredibly heavy, but we have to have it installed so they can make the right cut. Basically, there needs to be 2x4s that need to be attached to the sides of the cabinet, and then also a support that goes around the back of the cabinet that's going to be coming across the dishwasher all the way to the side of the sink cabinet, because otherwise there's nothing for the counter to lean on across like a pretty big span. So that is happening, and then there'll be like a back piece of wood that will help the sink to not like get pushed further than it's supposed to. But basically we have to also cut out the front face of this cabinet so that it sits a bit lower, because right now the top of the sink is like really up high. So Babes is working hard to get this done because they're coming tomorrow. You got this, babe. Okay, tell us, babes, what are you working on?
Well, I gotta chop some legs off of this oven. Chopping legs. It sits slightly too high.
And it weighs?
1 million pounds. Why can't anything just be easy?
No. That would be a boring life. I'm sorry, wait, what's the plan here? Is it just slip out?
Yeah, it just slips out and we're gonna have to readjust, but let's slide a little bit.
Oh my god, I barely pushed it.
What is that? Okay. Come forward.
So the complications begin. So this can't touch. It needs like airflow underneath here.
Well, I think it's fine to touch, it's just that like, if you take this off, all this has is a 1/4 inch of play before it touches the bottom. So if you take this off, that's gonna drop it more than a 1/4 inch. Check the measurement tape.
Yeah. What's happening today?
Countertop people.
We did some more countertop research to find the right match. We ended up with a beautiful white quartz that has some blue vein-like details. Turns out all those magical stones that you would love so much are like $75 to $100 a square foot, and our kitchen is 75 square foot of counter space. You do the math. The price for stone made it hard to find something we liked within budget, but we finally found the right style and I think it turned out pretty good. The guys who installed the counters did a great job and finished it up within just a few hours. They came with a few pieces, wheeled them into the house and set them up to be leveled and joined together without so much as a slightly visible line. The process was actually pretty interesting to watch. We had them caulk the meat line between the counters and the walls so that no crummies would fall back there until we can have time to tile the backsplash.
What are you doing, Pop?
Trying to get this sink thingy-majiggy to hold.
You gonna see the sprayer?
What is that?
Shh, it's like a sprayer. Lastly, the plumbers came out and hooked everything up, a job we could have easily done ourselves, but we needed a licensed and insured guy to come out and sign the paperwork once the job was done. Meanwhile, kids are all outside. Moment of truth?
It is. Dear woodworking gods, please smile upon me.
Oh. Since then, Justin has been working on those finishing touches that's making the kitchen shift from construction project to finished home kitchen vibes. Woohoo! We recruited Angelo to help out here with some woodworking, and meanwhile we were all making the most of the space and whipping up meals left and right. 'Tis the season for baking, so lots of that has been happening. Let's just call it the Great Chaotic Family Baking Show.
I did not.
You guys.
It's in there. I did not.
You guys, it's okay if it went in, not a big deal. Can you dump it?
She did.
Let's dump Knox.
I did not.
You guys, please
Don't do
I'm
anything.
trying to get this thing out. Say, if we can't make these and have a good time, then maybe we'll have to do it a bit later. Now let's dump this flour. I'm losing track of my count, you guys.
Raining down.
Alright, who's dumping this one?
B.
Oh, there's another one coming, Knox. Oh, okay.
I want to do some salt too.
Well, how about you do the next one, eh?
Okay. Can I just mix it a little more?
One time, go for
Mix it. I don't know.
it. Breathe in flour.
Okay, can I do the butter?
Yes. You take it
I
out of the
want to
wrapper.
do the butter too.
You're gonna do the sugar, they say. That whole thing of butter. Oh my god. It's okay, I'll rinse it.
No, I have the same
No,
thing.
no, no, no.
Yeah.
I'll wipe it. I'm gonna wipe it.
Don't push that.
Okay.
I'm going to go down your eyeball.
This'll work a little bit.
That was going
Slow
in
first,
my eyeball.
when the flour is like not mixed with the gooey stuff, it like flies everywhere.
Oh my god, that was so
Don't be eating it. Excuse you. Hey. Wait until it's done. Is that you, Scoop?
That's it.
I'm hungry.
So you may have noticed our kitchen has been kind of finished for a little while and we've been using it. So I thought we would celebrate by making a full themed dish and something from our cookbook and share the recipe and a special offer. Babs is making some fresh bread. Yum. When was the last time you made fresh bread?
1982.
And I'm making a leek kale potato soup. It is in the cookbook, but I'm kind of going a little rogue. And then Justin likes soup lumpy, so in the recipe it's a smooth soup, and I'm going to attempt to make it a bit more lumpy. So this is the cookbook. The recipe I am making is this one. So it's basically like leeks, kale, potatoes, coconut milk, garlic, onion, veggie bouillon, oil, salt and pepper to taste. And have it with some fresh bread. It's gonna be amazing. How much do you need? Oh my god, where are you? 0. So I'm basically sauteing all the onions until they're like kind of golden brown. And then I threw in the kale so you can cook it up a little and get it like toasty, because I'm going to blend the kale, which is what gives the soup that really amazing green color.
The recipe in the cookbook calls for 2 cans of coconut milk, but we're going with 1. Nice technique, babe.
Come check out this alien thing I have.
What? It's a blob. So, the kale is like this delicious, super rich green color. And got my leeks in. I normally would have just cooked this all to blend, but since I'm cooking it to put in the soup, I figured I would leave it to the side. So I'm going to blend this up super, super smooth.
Hey, you still alive in there?
Did she sleep in the car? Huh?
Yeah.
I added a little splash of water to kind of soften them up a bit, and then I cut the heat. I'm going to let them cook longer in the soup a bit. So good. I love leeks so much. I'm excited to share a 20% discount with you guys on our hardcover cookbooks, which are now available on the Moonflower Child website. And for every order or every book order, you'll get a free meal planner. Use the promo code MEALPLANNER when you're checking out, and I will email you your copy of the meal planner, and you'll get that 20% discount. And you can check the link in the description down below. It's moonflowerchild.com, and you'll be able to find Tiny Home Big Flavor and in hardcover and also e-book. And the offer is valid until Sunday of this week, so be sure to check it out before it expires. That's all, folks. Back to cooking. So I don't really measure, and I'm a very messy chef. I'm gonna pour some of this boiling water out because I don't want it to have too much water, and I'm gonna kind of add it as I go. And I wanted to make sure that I was getting all my ingredients in there. Set that to low. Let it kind of simmer a bit. It looks like a witch's soup. Interesting. Justin and Azealia and I made this cookbook back in 2019 going into 2020. We definitely were very dedicated to working in the bus and making all kinds of delicious dishes. It feels like a minute since we've really been able to do like proper cooking, because when we were on the road, we kind of simplified a bit because we were always quite tired at the end of the day if it was like a travel day or an adventure day, so we had more like minimalistic recipes. It feels really good to be back in the kitchen, like exploring new recipes and just cooking again. We really love cooking, so I think it's really yum. And I actually like it with the lumpies.
The potatoes. I like it.
How about that? Do you like it with these kind of lumpies? What?
I need to ask you.
Okay.
It's freezing hot.
That face they say was so funny.
I don't know if it would taste good.
Jelly?
Jelly tastes good on bread, but I don't know if it's gonna taste good on like this kind of bread.
That's a good point.
No. Come on.
Did Pop do a good job?
See.
Wow, that is amazing.
Pops didn't follow all the rules.
Uh-oh, me neither.